All right. This is the Steeplechase podcast. We're going to just jump right into it. Forget the introduction. I'm Michael. That's Gentry. That's Jacob.
Yep.
Ninja did not say to some random viewer, this phrase is wrong. Read the tweet.
Okay. The context. Okay. So, for speaking of which, so we are talking about a tweet Ninja made a little while back talking about it's just a game, right? You guys might know what it is. We'll probably link in the description somewhere. But
Here, time out. I'll
basically,
play it
he
real quick.
says that when
I'll
somebody tells them, "Why are you angry? It's just a game," that he's saying that you can, if you don't get angry about losing, this is for some people. Some people get angry when they lose, some people don't. It's not all people. He's not talking about all gamers. He's talking about people that get angry when they're playing a competitive game when they lose, which I think is
I don't think
decent majority.
I don't think that's the context at all. Let's
That
read.
is.
Let's,
It says
let's
it's
read the
just
tweet.
a
Let's read
game.
the tweet. Let's read the tweet. The phrase "it's just a game" is such a weak mindset.
It
You
is.
are okay with what happened, losing, imperfection of a craft. When you
Yep.
stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. There's always something to learn and always room for improvement. Never
Yep.
settle. I think what he's saying is that somebody who plays a game competitively should not just lose and say, "Oh, well, it's just a game." They should try to apply that to say, "I'm going to take this loss. I'm going to use it to improve my gameplay, and I'm going to get better." He's not
Okay.
telling somebody
When people
at home,
say it's just a game, they're not trying to get better. There's
I get
another
that.
thing.
I
Because
get
if somebody
that. But
says, "Oh, it's just a game," that's usually what parents say. "Why are you so angry? It's just a game," right? They're not
It's like
telling
people
them
who
to
don't
try to
care
get
about the
better.
game. And
I
it's
get
just
that.
like,
I get that. But what's the point in telling that to the general audience? They don't care that it's just a game. If it's
Well-
just a game to them, it's just a game.
Well, okay.
well, it's not
I-
his
I think the
mindset.
way-
Anything.
I get
But
that, but
everyone
I
else-
feel like from this tweet, he's saying that everybody should feel this way when they play a game. That
I mean,
everybody,
if you care about the game, yeah.
I kind of get it, but at the same time, I don't fully agree.
I
Like, dude,
feel
I
like
don't-
he
I
was
don't
trying
have
to
to- I
say
don't have-
something, but he's not very good at vocalizing his thoughts very well.
Clearly
never
not, because
has
this. Okay, let's listen to the video. Hold on, let me get the video. Let's.
I
listen.
know I got it. I'm the one. I'm the one recording.
No, I'm saying I was just gonna play it out of my speaker. Hold on.
No, I got. It'll sound better from my.
Got better quality, Michael.
Yeah,
hold
but
on.
we can't.
Everybody,
got
everybody
better quality.
silence. Everybody be silent for a second. Let me just play it.
Anyone ever uses the excuse, "It's just a game," I'm gonna lose my mind. Imagine telling LeBron James, Tom Brady, that when they're pissed off after losing a game, that it's just a game. Like, I'm gonna lose. Like, are you kidding me? You're so stupid. It's the competitive nature, bro. It's about respect, bro. It's about pride. It's so much bigger than a video game. And anyone that ever uses the excuse, "It's just a game," is a horrible human being and is lazy. You're a lazy human being.
So, okay, I'm starting to feel mixed things.
You see what I mean?
Well, okay,
It's
so
like when he
I
words
think he
it,
just.
we can't tell what he means.
Yes.
Like if he's
Is it
just telling
talking from an outside perspective, or is it talking
That's what
from the person?
If you are trying to explain to somebody why you get upset when you lose at a game, that is not the way that you do it. That's not the way. If you are telling somebody,
you're telling LeBron James it's just a game, that's not a good mindset because it's his life, right?
yeah, there's a huge like this is the thing with Ninja. Yes, you play Fortnite, but your paycheck is not affected by whether you win this battle
Yes,
royale
it
or
is.
not.
It is.
No,
it
it's
is
not.
100%. Yeah.
How?
Because
How?
when okay, so the thing is with Fortnite and games like it, like battle royales, if they win a game, they get more donations and more subs. If they don't get as many, and they're like, "Dang it, I need to go win another one." Right?
That's not the same,
Yes.
dude.
I mean,
No,
it's not
No,
the
it's
same.
not. It's
but
not the same at all because the
Yes.
point is,
But it
he's
is
getting
effective.
It's effective, but it's not the same because
Yeah.
a sport, your whole income is based on winning this game.
Okay.
People pay to wait.
Yeah. Go ahead.
People pay
But-
to go to places to see you to win. Ninja, he's getting paid just for people looking at his face.
Okay.
Whether he's playing he could
It's-
be doing just chatting and he would still get money just
Yeah.
because he is who he
Okay.
is. He
It
is
could
not
also-
signed by a team just to win. He's just signed by a
Okay.
team to play this game and say, look, I'm pretty good. You should go follow this guy or whatever. He doesn't have to win every single match to
Okay.
get a paycheck. So this comparison is
I don't-
10 times wrong.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
he
don't-
knows we
thing.
done
I
the
don't
push-ups.
think you're getting it
depends.
because like his whole his base, his foundation is on
On
winning
Yeah.
winning Fortnite games. His whole livelihood is based off Fortnite. It's not like he actually probably couldn't. His viewers are teenage people or like teenagers who don't care about your life things. They just want to say, "Oh my goodness,
Fortnite
look at that
poggers.
kill, look at that build or whatever."
Okay. Another thing. It actually, most streamers, I'd say around 75%, maybe not 75%, but maybe 50%. 50% of streamers grow and get bigger and make more when they're really good at the game, but they don't have to be very entertaining, right? This is not just Ninja. Ninja's sort of that way, but not really. He's started to
So you're
branch out
saying
and
he's
become
not interesting as a person, but he's interesting as a player.
like I'm not gonna say not interesting as a person
Shroud.
because I mean Shroud's yeah.
He's
Okay.
He has good personality. Okay, like he has really good skills, but like I want to see how to get better at the game. I just go to Shroud, right?
Yeah.
These people that you can just look at, maybe like MKLeo or someone of that sort. You can just look at and just you don't even have to see their personality, and you're attentive.
You can't compare fighting games to this because fighting game
You
players
can
they get
compare
their money.
any person with
No,
skill,
no,
and
Well, it's
Yes,
streamers.
you can.
We're
It's
talking
not
about
the same
streamers.
with Ninja's. In Ninja's case, it's not the same because Ninja is not somebody who's going to a tournament every other weekend to also get his money off of. But listen. MKLeo literally doesn't have to stream ever if he doesn't want to because he wins every single tournament in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
He literally doesn't ever have to stream. Ninja's money is all off of his streams. So they aren't comparable because MKLeo doesn't have to stream. It makes him
You're
more
talking about the
makes him
very
more money
niche,
doing so, but he doesn't have to stream.
niche situation we're in. I'm talking about the very general aspect of improvement in itself.
I feel
I
like
think
it's
we're
just
doing the wrong
it's-
concepts here.
I think he just didn't phrase it 100% correctly, and I think he's just gone away from it.
I
He's
know.
just
I
trying to forget it.
I don't get what he's saying. I feel like he's telling people that you should always have a competitive mindset of thinking you need to improve. If you are somebody who plays games competitively, you most likely don't have this mindset.
I
If
feel
you are
like
telling a general audience that
I feel like everybody should try to improve in everything they do.
I don't. Well, I mean,
I
I
mean,
get that, but like,
I
I get
mean,
that, but because
How
this
he
is the
says
thing.
the phrase is, "It's just a game." That's other people trying to enforce their what they want in the game onto him, and then he's trying to force his stuff on him, on them.
It feels like
So
it's two
both of
different
them, I
things.
think, are in the wrong. You shouldn't say it's just a game, and you shouldn't say you have to think a certain way, like improvement all the time.
I feel like
I think
everybody
both of
should
them are
try to
wrong.
improve.
This is my thing with video games. The whole point of us making a video game is not to turn it on, go on a competitive ladder, and climb. We made video games.
That's subjective.
No, it's not.
That's subjective.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Why did we make video games in the first place? What are they for? Entertainment.
Pong.
Was what?
Pong, you're trying to win the game.
Yes, but why are you, what are you playing it for? What are you playing it for in the whole process? What are
I'm trying to win.
To have at the very beginning, you were playing it because it was fun.
No, I'm not playing it. I'm playing to win.
So the thing is,
this is my whole thing. I don't understand this whole thought process of
It's subjective.
I literally only play this game just to win at this game. I may not like
subjective.
it, but I only want to play it to win. That doesn't make any sense at all.
I think
that makes no sense because
I
then you
feel
would
like
play
a lot
every
of-
video game
I
in the
feel like it
world.
It's
depends on the person.
100% subjective. There's
No,
no
it's
way
not.
about it.
I feel like
No, that's
okay.
not.
My thing is,
Yes,
when
it
you're
is.
winning games,
No,
you're more
it's
likely
not.
to have more fun. Rather, if you're losing, I feel like you wouldn't be having as much fun, right?
I understand that, but if you enjoy a game in the first place, you become passionate about it, which then makes you want to take it competitively, which then you might get to the rockiness of I'm not
And that's-
enjoying it any. Wait, listen.
That is your
that's-
mindset.
But this is what
That
I
is your
said.
mindset.
I said at the start of a game, the beginning,
Yes,
the first,
That is your mindset.
the first time you start playing a game is because you find it fun. then you go into competitive about it. If you don't find the game fun at the start, you probably are not going to keep playing the game to even get competitive at all because you don't like the game. It doesn't make any sense. If I pick up a shooter and I hate it at the start, there's no way I'm going to continue playing it just to try to win because I don't like the game. Now, if there's a game that I do like at the start, now I want to get better at it because I like the game and I'm trying to get competitive.
I agree with that.
If it starts to get annoying in competitive, I still play it. I may like it less, but at the start, the whole reason I started playing is because I liked it. Nobody picks up a game that they can't stand and plays it just to win. They like the game first, then they get passionate, then they keep playing, then they try to win, and that's where this imbalance of fun and competitive comes from. It doesn't
100%.
start at the very beginning of a video game. If you don't like a game at the start, you don't play it. That doesn't make sense.
I don't believe that's an all-in-all statement.
How so? Who goes to a store and pays $60 for a game that they don't like and continues to play it just to win? Who does that?
Someone that is not you.
No, there's nobody. Who would
Nobody does that.
Question.
That is
who would legitimately play a game they don't like, they don't enjoy playing in order to win and not have fun? That doesn't sound like something anybody could ever enjoy.
If you enjoy a game and you can win at it, you would go back to the game you enjoy.
Yes.
That literally doesn't. There is a very niche example that I can think of, and it's fighting game. And it's because when a new game comes out, an old one dies, and everybody stops playing the old one. That's the only example I can think of, and that really only applies to people who are winning tournaments because that's what their money comes from. If you're not winning a tournament and you don't like a new fighting game, you're not going to play it. Example, me, DBFZ. I don't like that game. I'm not winning tournaments. I'm not winning money. So what do? I don't play it anymore because it doesn't do anything for me. A top player who's making money off of playing this game, even though he doesn't like it, is going to keep playing it because that's where his income comes from. So this whole phrase of
that's a contradiction then.
How?
That was told. You said it. If I like the game, I shall play it competitively and keep on winning. And then you just said, if I don't like it, I will still play it because I'm getting money off of it.
But because
that's contradicting yourself.
Not fully. No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's entirely contradicting.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. How is it?
Yes, it is.
How is it?
Because you're saying it's both realms. You're saying you're gonna play the game competitively. It doesn't matter if you like it or not like it. You're still gonna like the game, which means it cancels itself out. You're gonna play it no matter what.
There's a huge difference. There's a huge difference in somebody playing it just as a little kid at home and somebody who has to do it for their job. It's a job. People are gonna do things they don't like at their job, but it's a job. It's not the same. It's not the same.
He for most of all that huge win streak, he hated the game.
But it was his job. He was sponsored by a team.
He wanted to win.
Got paid. He got
to win.
Yes, but it was also his job. It was his job.
Yes. He had to.
You know why he wanted to win? So that he got to eat the next day. Yeah. That was his motivation. If he really didn't care about the game, he could have just dropped it and became a streamer. Like he's doing now. Like he's doing right now. He dropped the game to become a streamer.
Yes.
The whole point is, yes,
but he still plays it competitively
because it's his job. It's not the same for somebody who sits at home and has a different 9 to 5 that has nothing to do with the game. It's not the same. I have a 9 to 5. I don't need to keep going to tournaments and losing at this game. It doesn't do anything for me. I got a 9 to 5. That's the difference. Ninja does this for his job. People who don't do this for their job do not need to go into a game that they aren't enjoying having this mindset. It doesn't make sense.
100% right. 100%.
So he cannot say this.
I don't think that he needed to say this, but I also don't think that somebody who doesn't understand that this is his job should have told him that it's just a game.
Yes.
So you believe both
if you don't
of them are in the wrong.
If you don't understand somebody's point of view, you can ask them, but to project your thoughts onto somebody saying you shouldn't get mad at this because it's just a game is wrong. But you also saying you should get mad because it's a competitive ladder is also wrong. So yes, I think both are in the wrong, but I think he's in the worst. I think it's worse for him because he has a bigger following and a bigger voice than some little kid in Twitch chat or Mixer chat or wherever he streams right now. It looks a lot worse on him because he has a huge following. He's got 5.5 million followers on Twitter right now versus whoever said that in chat who probably has 12. It looks worse on him. That's why I think it's more important for him to word what he says correctly, because he has a brand that he has to back up, and the little kid in chat probably doesn't. They don't mean anything compared to him.
Subjectively,
he has completely gone away
I
from
think
this ever since.
Ninja is more right, because he influences so many people, and if he allows people just say it's a game, esports is getting big, it's getting huge, and a lot of kids are like wanting to get into the scene, and if he just doesn't want them to improve and just says, "Oh, it's just a game, dude. Don't care about it." They're not going to get anywhere. They don't have any hopes of getting anywhere. But the problem
is you're assuming that everybody who watches Ninja watches him because they want to improve at Fortnite.
Some people do.
I mean, it just depends.
And there's also the way he phrased it. Why did he call people who say the phrase "it's just a game" a terrible human being?
Because they're not caring about what the person cares about.
I think from that point, in that part of the quote, he's talking about other people asking why the gamer or the player of the sport is like, "Oh, it's just a game, man. Don't be mad, right? Don't be upset that you lost."
It's actually condescending.
That's what he's saying. So I would say he's talking about two different things in that. He's talking from the player's perspective and from people watching perspective.
This is such a raw, natural reaction to someone saying, "You're mad. Why don't you not be mad?"
A terrible human being.
Okay, Michael. Imagine you just lost a set. You were about to win the whole tournament, and you're kind of upset, right? And somebody says, "Oh, it's just a game. Don't be mad."
But these aren't the same. These aren't comparable.
No, that's what he's talking about at the very end.
That's his mindset. That is his mindset. Yes. Every single game is a grand final sim.
Yes, every single game you're playing like your best. Why is that such a bad thing?
Why would he say these things if he didn't think that way?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand anything this guy says. That's why I don't watch him. That's why I
feel like that is a good mindset. To play every game like it's your best game ever. And do your best every game. I feel like that is a good mindset in order to improve, right? Whereas if you're just like, all right, it's just a meme game, throw away. All right, don't even try, you don't improve. But if you're playing every game like it's your best game you're ever going to play, I feel like that's the way to do it.
I don't know, man. I'm not saying don't try. I'm just saying the way he reacted to me seemed like an overreaction, because I guarantee somebody says this in his chat every single day.
Well, I mean, that's probably why he's reacting this way.
To react to this. I guarantee you he said the same thing before. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But he just said it again. I don't get, this is why I don't get why all of a sudden this is being
because it's
said.
Probably been in his chat for years. And he's just finally speaking out. All right, guys. You guys, because it probably happens every time he loses, and then he gets upset, and they're like, "Oh, it's just a game, man." I feel like he's just finally been like, "All right, I'm done. I need to say something on it," you know.
I don't disagree with that part. I think the way he phrased it is terrible.
Yes, but we can
calling
continue.
People terrible human beings. I don't agree with that at all.
It is freedom of speech,
dude. I get that it is freedom of speech, dude. I get that, but my whole thing is that looking from an outside perspective, the analogies that he's using are
the
not
terrible
comparable
human
at
being
all.
They're
not comparable.
Good. He shouldn't have said that.
Because he's trying. It's like the way he's responding is like if everybody thought the way he thought, and we don't. You cannot compare somebody losing the end of a season basketball game where they won't play again for a whole another couple of months to him losing a game in Fortnite. He's gonna re-queue in 30 seconds.
Oh well,
they're not comparable. Yeah. That's why I think
I'd say he shouldn't have called them terrible human beings, but I guess I think
I think it is sort of subjective on that aspect too. All this stuff I think is really subjective. Depends on what your priorities, what your
you said he's inspiring people. He's inspiring people to get better at the game, but then he goes off on somebody in chat like this. That's not inspiring to me.
Okay, the thing is,
some aspects of it are.
Okay, I'm 100% certain what he's talking about are from non-gamers. 100%. Because non-gamers will say, "Oh, it's just a game." That's the I don't think he should have called them terrible human beings for just not playing games. Because anybody that plays games will know getting upset is a standard thing.
Right.
It's a natural reaction.
I think he
No, it isn't.
overreacted.
Yes, it is.
No, dude, I'm not gonna go tell somebody who doesn't understand why I'm passionate about a game that they're a terrible human
Yes,
being
that was
for
a
not
bad-
understanding.
that was a
They don't
bad thing to
understand. That's
say.
not their fault.
But
they
that's
don't
all
play
we can
games
do.
to understand. How am I supposed to call
He
them a terrible human
overreacted.
being?
That's all that happened.
Well,
He
that's depending
overreacted.
on your
But everything
your
else
physical
was
traits
fine.
and what your aptitudes are and how you take anger. And he takes in anger very differently than what you do.
He
And I think it's a bigger problem for him because I have 87 followers on Twitter and he has 5.5 million. Dude.
But I'm pretty sure
That's
it's
my whole
all
point.
blown.
His
it's all
persona got
gone
him
by
there.
now. It's been
I'm
a few
saying
weeks.
he's way too big to be doing stuff like this. That's how I feel. If you
You're
are that
saying he's
big-
too big so he can't have a natural reaction.
I'm saying that wasn't natural, dude.
Yeah, that was natural.
That wasn't. Nobody goes around calling people terrible human beings for not understanding
Okay.
something because they don't do it.
I'm
People
pretty
have
sure he's
seen
already
That's like saying
apologized.
if you play an instrument and I don't understand how to do it, and I ask you how to play it, you go off on me because I don't understand how to play an instrument that I've
That's
never
a wrong
touched before in my
analogy.
life.
I'm pretty sure he's already apologized. for it.
I'm looking and I don't see any apologies anywhere. None.
He's probably
It seems like he
apologized
meant what
on
he
the
said.
stream.
I don't see anything. saying
I
I'm
wouldn't
sorry.
apologize one bit if I said that.
I would. I'd be
Nope.
like, listen, I'm sorry I called you a terrible human being, but you have to understand that to me, this is not just a game. I play this game for these reasons, and this is why I play it. But I'm not going to call you a terrible human being. Are you kidding me? There's a much more to life than just understanding a video game to call somebody a terrible human being.
But
That's
yeah,
way too
whatever.
far.
He overreacted,
That's
and we
way
can
too
just
far.
he overreacted, and we can just continue on.
Depending on the moment and my feelings, I wouldn't really care if
Nah,
a person
dude.
says it.
Nah, you don't need to call somebody out on their entire
We
life
know, we
based on
know.
this game. Nah,
It's
there
just
was
it's an
no-
overreaction. That's all it was. We can
None.
move on.
That's not natural.
We can yes, it was an overreaction. We know.
And it's
We can
it's
just move on.
you're not the other person not taking into account the emotional state of the other person either.
Because they don't understand. That's the whole point. They don't get it. That's why they said it. They don't understand that this is not just a game to them. That's why they said that. They don't get it. They don't know. But to call somebody a terrible
Should
human
have
being
said
for
that.
not
I don't think
understanding
so.
something is terrible. That's trash. They don't get it. If they understood what the gravity of it was, they wouldn't have said it's just a game in the first place, and this wouldn't be happening. That's the whole point. They don't know. But for you to express how to explain to somebody something in this manner, in my opinion, is the wrong way to go about it, and it will make people more upset than understanding. Because now it's just this random dude who sits in his room all day playing this video game is calling me a terrible human being because I don't understand his.
we
his
get it.
perspective.
We just need to move on. We get it.
Like-
He overreacted. That's all that happened. We've figured it out. He's overreacted. Let's just move on to the next topic. That's all that
If-
happened. He overreacted. He shouldn't have done
There's
it.
no
We just-
defending this.
We
at all,
know.
in my
He
opinion.
overreacted. We
I
move on.
believe there's a great defense for it.
Well, I don't. And
Well, we
we're
can
done with
continue
it
on.
there.
We can agree to disagree.
All
So-
right.
That's how it
I'm
should-
blocking,
life should be.
Ninja on Twitter. I don't want to see him anymore again on my timeline ever. I actually hate this guy.
All right. So our next topic is about the new Overwatch update. They added a 3 DPS, 1 tank, and 2 healer mode.
Oh, here we go. We're talking about more things that are absolutely trash in video games right now. Let's go, Blizzard. You suck.
I actually really like this update.
Okay, the update, I haven't. So let me explain my situation on it. The mode might not be bad because I haven't played it. I think their reasoning for changing the mode is bad, but the mode itself could be fine. But
I
the
feel-
whole reason that they did this, and he said in the developer update, is so that they could lower the time queues on DPS. I think that the fact that they're balancing the game so that people can get in the match faster is a terrible way to balance a video game. Because I feel like it's not their fault that the DPS times are long. It's not their fault that people don't always want to queue up for tank and support. That's not their fault. That's just people wanting to play what they want to play. They
I
can't
think-
control that. All they
I-
can do is add more heroes, and if people don't like them, they don't like them.
I think the best
not
part
their
about this
fault fully.
update, though, 100%, is that they buffed all the tanks. They buffed
That's
them all,
my- that's-
so they make
that's
them
my
more
point.
fun to play.
But that's
So now
that's
everybody
my
will
that's,
play every
but
character.
that's
They're
but
amazing.
That's my whole thing. This wouldn't have been changed if they weren't worried about queue times. I don't think that tanks should have been buffed just to say that DPS players get a faster match.
I think
they
this would
should've
have
just buffed it.
happened whether it was queue times or not queue times, because they
No,
eventually had to get here.
No, because he said that in the dev update. He said if we weren't changing the 3-2-1, we would have never made these changes to the tank. He said that word for word in the update. These
No,
changes are
I don't think it like this specific update would happen, but I think the experimental mode would happen.
Well, yeah, the experimental mode would happen. I agree with that. I'm just talking about the fact that they're buffing tanks solely so that DPS players can. For me, for somebody who tries to play games competitively, I look into things like balance. I think that if you're balancing a game for the wrong reasons, that it's not a good way to go about balancing a game, and it encourages that you could possibly make these same mistakes again in the future, and that's what I'm worried about.
I feel like it's an amazing thing they're doing. They're actually changing the game actively.
I just think it's for the wrong reason. If they didn't say that it was for queue times, it would have been better.
If it makes it,
If they were like, we just want to try to change the meta. That's not what they said. They said we want to make it to where DPS players find the game faster. So we're going to change.
I don't think that's the main reason.
I don't. It is the main reason. You didn't watch the developer update.
That's probably not the main reason they did.
Yes,
that's just saying,
is.
oh, this should help bring down queue times.
He explained that. He explained it in the developer update. He said everything we do has a big why behind it. He said the reason why we are doing this is because DPS players are taking too long to find the match, and we've gotten complaints about it constantly ever since adding role queue. He said that in the developer update. He
also said that we wanted feedback on the changes.
But the changes wouldn't be happening if they weren't making them at all.
It's a really good reason to actually change it, because from the perspective of actually creating the game and changing the game and developing the game, if the DPS have high queue, they will stop playing the game. Probably, because if they lose a game and then they have to get back into a 10-minute queue to actually play another game, they're not going to play the game if they.
I understand that. My whole point is that this changes everybody's play style if it hits live. This changes how everybody plays the game, just so that somebody coming home from work doesn't have to wait 10 minutes for a game. Think about it, Overwatch League. The Overwatch League still has to play 2-2-2 just like everybody at home. So if they change it to 3-2-1, the Overwatch League now has to play 3-2-1 because somebody at home was complaining that they were waiting too long for a DPS.
Well, I also feel like this is a good
really
change
fair?
because tanks were not fun to play. They just weren't. And now they're actually fun to play. Like, they actually have stuff that can benefit the team rather than
you guys need to actually play the game.
I think that the tanks shouldn't only have to be fun because they had to change the whole game. They could have just buffed the tanks more.
There's more reasons than just the DPS queue.
No,
100%. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Then why didn't they say that? That's my whole point.
Because they don't have to say every single reason why.
You do.
No, they don't.
If you are playing a competitive game and you are making changes that affect somebody's competitive ladder, you need to voice that. That's the whole reason people. That's the whole reason people are not. Fortnite doesn't count.
They don't have to say anything, and they just change it.
Because Fortnite doesn't take themselves as the competitive game. They take themselves as the casual game.
No, they don't. They
had
a $1 million tournament. How is that a casual game? $1 million.
They host a
16-year-old. They made that tournament. They did everything for that tournament. $1 million.
You cannot compare
what other game?
Overwatch. Overwatch has a league
both shooters.
behind it, and people. What so?
You can compare any competitive with any competitive.
Not really.
Competitive atmosphere.
The thing is, not every game doesn't say every single reason why they're changing stuff. No game does.
You can't really.
Yeah, they can't because there's so many underlying reasons for something to change. And I feel like this is a good experiment to see how the community likes it and if they really do enjoy it.
What's wrong with my reaction going based off of what he said, though?
Because
if he's looking at me in the face and he's saying, "I'm changing this game because I don't want people to wait as long," I hope you're okay with that.
Well, you're taking it over seriously because it's an experimental mode that doesn't affect the actual competitive play.
They just wanted to experiment during the queue times.
I get that, but you know what else? You know what else happens? Feedback. Where does the feedback come from? Tell me.
People.
People that play.
Who are the
play
people?
it?
Who are the people?
Not you.
And anyone.
No. I didn't say me. I didn't ask.
But you're trying to provide feedback.
Oh my goodness! Stop, Gentry. Anyone who plays the game, experimental mode,
Okay, so who is experimental mode open to?
Everybody.
Everyone.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you get where I'm going right now? The competitive game could change based on casuals. Because if it's open to everybody and the casuals love this, but the competitive scene hates it, it's still going to get in the game if the casuals have a majority over
I
the
don't-
minority.
I
And that's
100%
The
why
game
agree
they're
balance-
doing it
that's not.
the
specifically.
game-
I believe
they're doing it
the
specifically
main
over.
majority
They're
of
doing
people that's still playing that
specifically. They're
game.
doing it specifically over the queue times. They're looking at the queue times, not the actual gameplay, most likely.
Yeah.
But they want feedback on, like, how the abilities have changed the sort of
They're just
game.
experimenting
No, I
on
get
lowering
what
queue
you're
times.
saying.
That's the main reason they're doing it.
That's my whole point, dude.
And the thing is,
whole
there are
point
no
is that
casuals in
think-
Overwatch.
I think that's not true, dude.
Okay.
What do you mean there
the
are
casuals
no
make up
casuals?
maybe 10
There's a
to
casual in
15%.
every single video game that exists.
Yes, but I feel like the competitive players in that game are so much more than the casuals, because even in the casuals are playing competitive, then they're
Mhm.
competitive, right?
And that's why people.
Well, then, so how can you say that there are more competitive players than casual if there's a mix of them all in the same mode? You don't know.
Because then they're all competitive. If people play competitive, then they're playing competitive.
They're
That's
in
not true.
competitive.
That's not true.
Yes.
That's the whole problem with the game. Everybody who clicks on competitive does
Still.
not play to win.
It doesn't matter. They're in that category.
Yep.
Doesn't
That's my
matter.
whole-
I feel
that's
like
my
I'm
whole
never gonna
problem.
play the game again, 100%, just because levers. Until they fix that, I'm not gonna play it again.
But how's that their fault? How's it
Okay.
their fault that people rage
You know why?
quit?
That's not
How?
why. I want, if one of your teammates loses, then you should. If one of your teammates leaves, you shouldn't lose SR for that. You're just screwed out of SR, and you're just like, what am I supposed to do? I can't do anything. So might as well
No.
leave too.
That
Then
will
everybody leaves,
enable
and then
win
you lose the
trading
game.
entry.
Huh?
That
Yeah,
will
it
enable
really
win
will.
trading.
If you know you're about to lose the game and you don't want to lose SR,
Well,
or you
no,
don't
they
want your
they
team to
should
lose
have a
SR, you dip.
timer. It should be the first half of the match. If somebody
Well,
leaves
then
in the
that's
first
not-
half, then you
well,
should not
it's
lose
kind-
SR.
Well,
Well,
okay,
look at
take
this,
it
look at this.
Take it effect disconnects. What if I just disconnect in the middle of a game after the timer, and I can't connect back because my internet's down? Like me and
Well,
you
then
just
you
had
lose
the last
SR.
couple times.
That's just part
Okay,
of it.
so does the rest of my team lose SR too?
No, they shouldn't.
Also,
They shouldn't
the
lose SR for
10-minute
you losing
queue.
SR.
The 10-minute queue. The 10-minute queue. Person leaves. Support, tank, whatever. Person leaves. You have to get back into a 10-minute queue. You get into another game. That person leaves. You have to wait another 10 minutes to get in
game.
the queue.
What a game, dude.
You see this problem of queuing
Yeah.
and people
100%.
quitting, and the queue time is so bad for the game. That's why they're trying to change it so drastically, just to get the queue times down.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, and I don't agree with that. I don't think that you should be balancing your competitive game based on how fast people can.
And they're not
Get
really.
into
This
a
isn't
match.
like a balance thing. This is
Yes,
more.
it is.
No, it's
Look
not.
at the yes,
really
it is. The
isn't.
tanks. Okay,
Yes,
tanks are
they
getting
are
buffed slowly
experimenting,
for this
changing
change.
tanks. That's what
It's
they're
No,
doing.
but you're not
changing the
listening.
game.
You haven't listened to me at all when I
It's not
said
balanced.
that the tanks are only getting changed because of 3-2-1,
Well,
and
yeah.
3-2-1 is only happening because of queue times.
That's
If they didn't change queue times, they wouldn't change the tanks, and then none of this would be happening. That's my whole point.
It's
the
not a
tanks are
balancing.
buffed
It's a
for-
major changing the game.
That's balance, dude.
That's not a balance.
If heroes are getting changed in the way that they work so that they can be more or less viable, that is balance in a game.
Balancing is changing the heroes to either be better or worse.
That's what they did to the tanks.
They're getting rid of a tank and adding
they
a
literally
DPS. That's
balanced
not
the
balancing.
tanks.
That's adding a character, another role, another character to a role.
Who did they out?
They
One
outed
tank?
off tank or
Off tanks.
and
They
only
outed
main
off
tanks
tanks
now.
completely. So
They're
now there's only main
physically
tanks.
changing the chemistry of the game.
Yeah, they completely changed the game. 100%.
That's
because 3
still
DPS changes
balance.
everything.
And it's an experimental mode. It's what it's used for. They're
Yeah.
probably going to be even more just
Oh
like
yeah, they're
this.
probably not even going to
changing the
implement this
game
stuff. They're just testing to see
drastically.
if it works.
Nah.
Yeah, just the
They're not-
experiment.
no,
It's
just
an
no,
experimenting
experimental
to see if
mode.
it works.
I get what you're saying. I get that it's just an experiment, and I get that they're just trying things just to try them.
Yeah, that's
I
what they're
just
doing.
think that from me playing the games that I have played to hear that the reason that they're changing it is because of this reason, which in my opinion is a terrible reason, I don't like it. From somebody who plays fighting games, imagine if we added an avoid character to a fighting game, right? And people were waiting a long time to find a match because they were avoiding so many characters in the game. And they did something to the character or did something to the game to lower the avoid time. They changed of how a game works, how somebody could win a tournament with this character because of times for somebody at home. That's what they're doing potentially to Overwatch. If they add this change to the game, the Overwatch League players now have to play with these weird tank changes and all this other stuff because somebody at home was mad that they were waiting over 10 minutes for a DPS game, which is an understandable complaint. I get the complaint. It makes sense. I don't like waiting long for a game.
Well, okay.
I just think that this isn't the way to go about it. I don't think that changing the gameplay is the way to go about it.
Multiple effects, right? It helps those at home, right? And it also gives the tanks a reason to tank, right? So it's good on both fronts. So then the Overwatch League, all the players can play the characters they want to play because there's probably some of them that just have to play tanks because they're not as good as DPS as the other person. But if three of them can play DPS, then they can play their main thing they want to play instead of having to play something they don't want to play, including tanks. So then your main tank can literally pop off every single time.
The bad thing about this, they're making the game less strategic and more about
DPS.
Destroying each other, and
yeah,
it's just a mosh pit. It feels like a mosh pit. You're just going in there, you're destroying everything. It's the fastest battle.
It's an FPS, not a MOBA.
It's crazy.
They tried to make it more of a MOBA with all the stuns, and I feel like it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I don't know if it's gonna be fully in the main game. We don't know yet.
I don't think it will. It won't. It probably
most
won't.
likely because they're gonna be experimenting a lot of stuff over
time.
A
lot of people in the professional league are saying no to it, and like the queue times. It didn't change the queue times as much. It actually made like 10 minutes on tank because it was new. I don't think it was a good way to gauge queue times.
Yeah,
but
that's just been my whole argument, dude. I think that the way that they're going about fixing this issue is the wrong way to do it.
They're not even trying to fix it right now.
And I don't know what the right way is because honestly, you can't. It's like I said, you can't make people want to play a role. You could try, but at the end of the day, you cannot say you are playing tank, and if you don't play tank, you're not playing my game.
They should have changed every role.
I feel like
made changes across the board, and then the players get to pick what they like and dislike. They like, I want to play supports because there's changes of this, or I want to play DPS because there's changes of this.
You know what?
That'd be so cool.
Happy that we're able to
they just change everything.
Conversation. Because I'm so glad we're able to have this conversation. Because if they had just put in the PTR, we couldn't have done nothing. But since it's an experimental, we get to have conversations about it. This is a great thing. I feel like just being able to talk about what they might add eventually is a good thing and give feedback on it. But if they had never done an experimental, we'd just been screwed. And here we go, right in. Right? I feel like this is good because we can talk about it. And if we don't like it, we can announce that and we can tell them. Because so they actually have a direct line of communication instead of just, all right, let's put it in the PTR. All right, it's in the game now because you can't change anything between the two. You know,
you actually can. They have
not,
but like it wasn't. You can't change like, we don't want this change in the game.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think it's a good thing that they're at least doing it.
It's more fluid.
Yeah, at least they're working on it. You know, I feel like this is a good thing. But
I can't see any positive.
I mean,
can see the positive in it.
Talk about it.
If it fix well, okay, yeah. I'm glad that they're not just throwing it in the game, being like, "Here you go, you have to play."
They're letting us see how we like it, and if we don't, they can try something else.
I just think that the way they announced it was not great. That's all.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that I'm not the only one who thinks that way.
Oh yeah, the whole competitive.
I don't follow
scene.
people who play Overwatch anymore because I stopped trying to do all that because it just blew up my timeline. But like, I still follow the game because I would like to get back into it. But when they say things like this, I'm like, I don't know, man. Because if it doesn't fix, what if they do add it to live and it doesn't fix a problem? Because you know what they're going to do the next time? They're going to make another developer update. They're going to say, okay, we are now adding this to the experimental card and we want your feedback again. It's like how we talked about in the
They have to
last
be able
episode
to-
of Overwatch where we talked about Hero Pool. It feels like they don't know fully how to balance the game.
No, they
So
never
they're putting
have.
it in the players' hands, but the players also don't know how to balance the game because we're not game developers, straight up. So now it's just a big old mess of who is the right group of people to balance this game and make it enjoyable to play again. And nobody has the answer. So we're just pit up with this. The devs, because if you even watch the update, he even said that the design team themselves, the developers themselves, were arguing if this was a good idea or not. Because some people were like, that's way too much pressure on one tank. And other people were like, well, it'll fix the queue times. And then other people had the argument that I had, that you're changing the game based on just queue times, which isn't a good idea. So it's like, Overwatch to me right now feels like just a big conjumbled mess of this gameplay is good. This is a good idea for a game. But nobody knows how to balance it because you have game devs that can't give the players what they want, and you have players who don't know what they want altogether. It's just weird. And so when they announce something like this, it gets me frustrated because I'm like, are we ever going to get the answer to this game? Because I want to get back to playing it. I have this game bought 3 times. People who are listening, I bought this game 3 times because I loved it. I have 2 PC accounts and I have a PS4 account. And the more and more I played it, the less and less I cared. And the more updates that came out, the less I played it. And now I've got 3 accounts of this game just sitting here existing. I'd like to play the game.
I hate the game, but I like playing it.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep. That's my experience with Overwatch.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nah.
Undeniably, it is.
All right, let's.
All right. All right, on to our next topic. Let's do the meal of the week. What was your guys' favorite meal so far? Or 2 weeks at this point.
I went to Jersey Mike's on Sunday for the first time. And they have something called and if you guys want to go, I don't know if you know where it is. Do you guys know where it is?
I think so, yeah.
It's
know where that
right
is.
by the Sprouts in
Yeah.
the Hobby Lobby in that little
Mhm.
shopping area.
Mhm.
I went to Jersey Mike's. They have something, I guess this is newer. They have chili, or not chili, what? Chicken cheesesteaks. So I got a buffalo chicken cheesesteak. It was chicken,
Ooh.
provolone cheese, Frank's red hot sauce, lettuce,
Oh.
tomato, onion, and ranch. It was really good.
Bro, that sounds
Mm.
delicious.
And then they get sodas from somewhere else. They don't get the branded sodas like Coke, Dr. Pepper. So I
is
had
it-
something called Suburban. I think it was. Let me look it up. It's like Suburban or Subburn something.
What is
root
that?
beer.
What is
And it
that?
was so
What
good.
is
It
that?
starts with an S.
Oh, yeah. Was it
It was like some brown can.
brown can?
I'm looking for it. It was in a can, but it started with an S.
What is that soda?
I don't know what it was called.
I can't remember that.
It was
soda
good.
name.
It was a really good sandwich, and I plan to go back there because I didn't know what I wanted to get. I'd never been there before.
Yeah.
And so the guy was like, "What are you having today?" And I was like, "I don't know. I've never been here." He's like, "Okay, hot or cold?" It's like
Mm.
hot. He's like, "Okay, so we've got this, and this, and then these are newer. Try this, this, and this." I was like, "Let me get that."
Mhm.
But so the buffalo chicken actually originally comes with blue cheese, not ranch. I just asked for ranch because I don't like blue cheese. Or I said without blue cheese, and he said, "Do you want ranch instead?" And I was like, "Yeah." But it was pretty good.
Nice.
And
Sounds good.
only thing I didn't like though, the price, because I didn't get to like it's not like Subway because I always
Yeah.
go to Subway for my subs. It's not like 6 inches a foot long. It's like
Mhm.
one size.
Yeah.
And then I got chips and a drink, and that was like $12.
Wow.
So I was like,
Yeah, but at most of those places, you kind of can only get one. You know.
yeah, but it was good. What about you guys? I'm gonna look
What
up
was
this root
my
beer.
lunch?
I found it. It's called Stubborn.
Stubborn soda. Yeah, that stuff's so
Yeah,
good.
Stubborn soda. It was a really good root beer.
Bro, the root beer is really good. They're also their pineapple cream soda. That's so.
I
Really good.
do wish though, because I remember we had this soda when we went to
That was
Hot
Stubborn
Dogs in
soda.
Texas.
That was it.
That was Stubborn.
Yep.
But they don't have the they don't. Yeah, what is that machine called where
It's
it
a
drops like the
tap?
fountain drinks?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have that. They just have cans,
Oof.
which is fine.
Yeah,
But
that stuff's so
it
good.
limited the options. It
Hey.
was like,
You guys want to go eat to that Gentry? You know that one place
after you talk about it, I need to know
with
where it is.
the.
Yeah, go, Jacob. Say your favorite meal this week.
Oh, I know what my worst meal in the week
Okay, dude.
was Gentry creating this rice soup concoction. It was the most lemony. It was literally you're just eating lemons. He put like 8 cups of lemon juice in it or something. It tasted like garbage.
Okay, I will explain
I
this
got
for
an
you
ulcer
guys.
on my tongue because of it.
Okay, I
What?
will explain to you what it was. So, a few days ago, all right, I was like, all right, I want to make dinner for my family and my girlfriend. So I decide to make a type of soup called avgalimino, right? It called for a half cup of lemon juice, and I put that in there, and then we had it.
Gosh,
It
it
was
was so bad.
so sour. It was just, it
It was
was
so
not
bad.
good.
And
That was
then we
basically it.
had it.
It was I heard really good things about the soup. I think I just need to go to a restaurant and have it because
There
they'll
was
probably
too
make
much
it better.
lemon.
But yeah.
And it called for a half a cup of lemon. You probably should have just put a quarter cup of lemon.
Yeah,
Or
probably.
even less than that. It was way too lemony.
Or
what was
maybe
my
the other flavors probably weren't there to balance out the lemon flavor, and that's what
Yeah.
made it taste like trash.
I think my favorite meal though this week is 2 weeks.
I like that pizza. That pizza was pretty good. And the
And
wings.
talk about it.
We had so instead of having the soup, we had wings, Parmesan wings,
Garlic parmesan.
and Parmesan garlic wings, and some thick square pizza, pepperoni and sausage pizza.
Yeah, from Pizza
It
Hut.
was so good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Pizza Hut.
But
Had the Dr.
I-
Pepper, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm,
bro.
good.
We've been having this soda lately. It's Dr. Pepper and cream soda in one thing. Oh my gosh, it's so good, bro. Okay,
Mhm.
I'll just give you some background. I love Dr. Pepper. It's a great soda.
I love cream
really
That's
like cream
suspect
soda.
because last episode you said your favorite soda
Yes,
was cherry vanilla Pepsi.
It's
Suspect.
really good too.
Suspect.
But I'd rather have Dr. Pepper and cream soda. Bro, it's so
Suspect.
good. Like, it's really tasty. Okay, my favorite meal was probably last night because it was basically all you can eat chicken from Chick-fil-A.
What?
Yeah, all you can eat chicken strips from Chick-fil-A
I'm so
at
jealous.
work.
I'm so jealous.
It was so
Sounds
good.
pretty-
But
Chicken
yeah, that was
strips
my
or
favorite.
nuggets?
Please don't talk about this anymore. I'm gonna die. I'm hungry now.
Don't worry, we're going to lunch right after this.
Hey, you guys want to go eat after this?
No, you were
I got
already
s-
going with her.
Okay. Next is going to be Project A. And the leaks that came from Project A in the last week.
Mm-hmm.
We have the names of all the characters. Most of the characters. There's a character named Brimstone. He's like a big, brutish looking guy. His name probably implies what he's gonna be using for his abilities. Probably like Molotov or Flame something or the other.
Mm-hmm.
We have the name of Sage, Viper, Picking, and then we have a list of abilities that came WC that was leaked. So I think this is Sage's abilities.
Yes,
It's
it
a
is Sage.
barrier orb. Equips a barrier orb, fire, place a solid wall, alt, fire, rotates the target. So it's like a wall ability, or like
Kind of
you
like
probably
Maze Wall.
yeah, but like it's from the video, it's really huge. It's pretty big.
Then then Sage has a slow orb, which can detonate and puts basically slow on the ground when you walk in it. You go a lot slower. That's basic.
Then they got a healing orb, which is probably heals the ally for a certain amount of health over time.
It can either
Kind
heal.
of like Mora.
Yeah. It can
Kind of like
heal.
Mora.
It can heal teammates over time, or it can also heal a self heal over time as well.
And then the really big ability for like a competitive stance is resurrection. You can resurrect an ally, a dead ally.
Mm-hmm.
This seems very crucial to some strategies in the game. I love these abilities because they're not that bland, but it's like the interaction between abilities is gonna be super cool to see. And I want to know. I wanted to see all the other abilities. They're gonna probably be so cool. The graphics of this game are insane. I love them. So smooth and slick. Very good for competitive aspect. It's not
It's
too bright and obnoxious, so you can't even play the game. So
the
it's a good
graphics
mellow.
seem pretty similar to Team Fortress 2 kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit like with its smoothness. Stuff.
Oh yeah. It's
Looks
very
really
smooth.
cool.
Very smooth graphics. Good to see other people and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks really good. I can't wait for it to come out, honestly.
Oh, the name of it? It's like Vanguard or something. Valorant. Valorant.
We think it might be.
The leaked name.
Yeah,
What
the
we
leaks.
got from the source was Valorant, which sounds pretty good. I don't know how to say it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look it up in Google, dude.
What do you think, Michael? I know you have very strong opinions on this.
I got no opinions on this game. I'm asleep. Like, I was interested at first, and then I just stopped caring more and more and more, and now I don't want to play the game. I'm good. I'm not interested in it.
All right.
I don't.
You're not interested in FPSs though.
I'm really not. Like, to be honest with you, I just don't like them anymore. To be honest, I never did. They've always had something about shooters that I just couldn't stand. I don't know if it's just gunplay that I don't like, or if it's. I think it's just gunplay. I just don't like gunplay. Like, I try to like shooters, but they all have something in their gunplay that I can't stand. If this is gonna play like CS:GO, I'm not gonna like this. If this is CS:GO with abilities, I'm not gonna like it. I also heard that you have to purchase abilities, but they're still hero locked. I don't like that. If you're gonna lock my ability to me only playing as one character, then you should just give me the ability once per match. I don't like that I have to pick this hero, then I still have to buy the ability just to use it.
You
I don't
might
like that.
have to. I'm not.
I heard updates from who is it? Unit Lost, and he said that he got from some of the information that that abilities are character locked, but you still have to purchase them at the start of a round. I don't see the point in making certain abilities hero locked if you have to buy them in the first place. Just give them to everybody.
It's so strategic.
Yeah, if you
it makes it so much strategy.
It's strategic, yeah, but what I also don't like about it though is that it makes it a gamble if you're ever going to get the money to purchase the ability.
That's the point.
In the first place.
That's a gamble.
Are you going to use it?
Yeah, I get that.
That's the coolest part.
It's just that I don't like it.
If you're not good,
I get that. It's just that I don't like it. Because if I'm just having an off day and I'm not getting enough money, I don't get this ability because I had an off day. I don't really like it.
Makes it very competitive.
I just, because I play fighting games, I don't like being locked behind things. All right, I like I know what all my options are at the start. I know what all his options are at the start. What do I have that will counter this player? This does not come with that because I don't know what he's gonna buy.
And it's just like poker. You don't know what they have.
Why do you think I don't play card games?
Yeah, I love that aspect. I love
the whole, and I like it in the sense of I have to plan for everything. But I don't like it in the sense of if I plan wrong, I lose, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yep.
That's what I don't like. So,
it's a gambit. It's a gamble, dude.
Yeah, and I guess I just don't like gambling very much. So I'm not. Maybe in the future when we see more gameplay, I'll get more into it.
You know what this allows for?
I'm not into it.
It allows for like specialization of a person. I can do this technique on this character using these abilities.
Oh, yeah. You could be
Or-
a healer one round, and you could be
Character
a
specialist. See, every
attacker.
game I played is so discouraging to character specialist that I forgot how to do that.
Also,
It's such as like
Yeah.
you can have your own technique with this one character called Sage, where I can have this healing orb that if I am in this certain position or somewhere in the game, I can.
Oh, it's a cool idea. I don't think that the game is going to be bad. I just
Yeah.
think that me playing this game competitively, I'm not going to like it. I don't think the game
Mm-hmm.
is bad. I don't think they need to change anything that they're doing. I just think that when I try to take this game seriously, there's going to be something I'm going to get hit by that I didn't know was coming because I didn't know it existed or whatever, and I'm going to want to drop the game.
I mean,
So
that's what happened in
because it's
Overwatch
free
2,
to
because
play,
you have to learn all the different
it's not
things.
it's not the same because
gotta
it's a
learn all the
lot
things.
easier to learn the abilities in Overwatch because everybody has them at the start and I know the cooldowns.
Well,
It's
I
different
mean-
in this game where I don't know what they have until they use it.
Well,
You
you
gotta
can
learn
look
it.
them up beforehand. Like
Gotta
you could
learn
do
it.
in Overwatch.
No, that's not
when
what
you
I mean.
first
That's
played
not what I mean.
Overwatch, you had no idea what their abilities were.
That's
Okay.
not the same. This isn't the same.
The characters
Could have
that
some.
are on the other team.
That's what I mean. It's not the same. You know what they could have. You
Yeah.
don't know what they have.
Yeah.
I know that Tracer has 3 blinks and pulse bomb all the time. I never know if this person's gonna have slow orb or barrier orb or healing or resurrection.
Yeah,
never
you just
know.
have to. You
That's
have to adapt
reaction.
to it.
I
That's
know.
a reaction. You know that they could have one of these or all of them. You have to react on what you see, and be like, I can counterplay this by
Yeah,
doing
I know,
this.
but the games that I play are just like I know that he has these available right now. What would be the best option for him to choose in this situation? This. So I'm not going to get hit by this. Who is this person in the show notes typing shiny Charizard?
That's me.
Why is there 3 people? Why is there 3 anonymous?
I don't know. I think somebody's in it twice. Jacob might have entered.
Is this game is for like you can make so many plays optimal that the person probably this is like an IQ game where like you're just thinking out of the box of what you can do and optimizing
We are not talking
that.
about that, Jitry. We're not talking about it. I see
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're trying to bring
All
up.
right,
We're not.
so
No. He was still
No.
talking. He was still
Okay,
talking.
good.
Go ahead, Jacob. But I'm just saying, Jitry, we're not
It's-
talking about
Yes, we
that.
are.
It's such a freedom game where like you can have these weird strategies and like the person's not gonna know what you're gonna do.
That's what I
Like
don't
you have
like.
so many
though.
abilities.
That's what I don't like about it. I don't like that I beat my opponent because he didn't know what I had, and I don't like losing because he didn't know what I had. If I
That's-
beat you and because you knew what I had and I was just better than you, that's a lot more satisfying to me than you lost because you just didn't know what to do.
Well, you should know what to do because you've been.
How am I
practicing.
supposed to know what to
You've been
do if I don't know
practicing.
what ability he picks until he uses it?
Well, you can
That's-
react
game
to it.
sense.
It's probably
It's game
not
sense.
instant. Nothing.
It's game sense. You look at their positioning.
Yeah.
You look at where they are,
at their-
That
and be
doesn't-
like,
Yeah,
That's
how
not for all
CS:GO
these
is.
abilities.
You
Not for
see
all
where
these
they
abilities.
are, and they're like, all right, they're most likely going to use this, and if they don't, you react and you back up or something.
Okay, you can't
How it
say that
works.
until we know what all the abilities are.
Yeah.
Because we don't know because we could have 2 abilities that work really well from afar, and you just don't know which one they're going to use.
Yeah,
you can't
can
say
just-
that yet until you know.
react to it. What you got?
That's
all
the
reaction.
problem. That's the problem. I need to know more about the game. What if these abilities end up being busted and I can't react because I'm just going to die if I get hit?
it specifically says
That's
that
the problem. That's why I need to know first.
the abilities aren't busted, and they
That's why I need to see it first. I need to know if it does something really good from afar, but this person also is just using a sniper rifle. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Well, obviously not
mean,
get hit by the sniper rifle, but then he pulls out an ability I didn't know he had. I'm dead. You know what I mean? I need more. I'm not calling this bad. I just need more information before I can
100%.
decide.
Yeah, that's what we
this
need
is
to
not
know.
this is not enough information. It's not enough for me to make a decision. It's not enough.
All right.
I'm definitely gonna buy this game.
Oh yeah.
But you said it was free to play. Suspect. Now
Well,
it's paid.
Yeah, if it is, no. In the case that you do have to buy it, I don't care.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
I don't
buy it
think
or-
I would buy this game if it's a full like $60 game. I probably
buying it.
won't get this until it
I'm
goes on
buying it,
sale.
dude.
If it's
And
$30 or less, I will get this game free. But $60,
I'll pay
I probably
100.
won't.
I'll pay 100 for this game,
I gotta see more first. I gotta see more.
Yeah, we'll just see.
dude. I'm so hyped for this game. Honestly,
I'm kind of asleep.
this
All right,
game.
so
Nobody cares that Tim
on
opened a
to the
Pokemon
next
card and got a
topic.
shiny
So
Charizard.
Tim the Tatman,
Nobody cares.
No.
my
Nobody
favorite
cares.
streamer,
Nobody cares.
got
Nobody cares.
was doing a
Nobody cares.
Pokemon
Nobody
card
cares.
opening stream
Nobody cares. Nobody
the other
cares.
day.
Nobody cares.
and
Nobody
he
cares.
ended up
Nobody
getting
cares.
the
Nobody cares.
rarest
Nobody
card
cares. Nobody
in the
cares.
pack,
Nobody cares. Nobody
which
cares.
people have
Nobody cares.
opened
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
thousands
Nobody
of
cares. Nobody
packs
cares.
and never
Nobody
gotten a
cares.
single
Nobody cares. Nobody
rare
cares. Nobody
Charizard.
cares. Nobody cares.
This
Nobody
this
cares.
card is
Nobody
worth
cares.
$200.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
So,
Nobody
yeah,
cares.
it's pretty
Nobody
awesome,
cares.
isn't it?
Nobody
Just
Can we
cares.
give up
Nobody
stop?
the
cares.
first part, you know?
The shiny Charizard.
All right, so we got him muted for now. So yeah, he got a shiny Charizard in a card opening, and it's worth like $200.
Nobody
Alright.
cares.
There we go.
Why do you not
Nobody
care?
cares. Why does it matter to me
It's
that he opened up a
insane.
shiny Charizard?
It's
So it's not
cool.
insane. It's
Yes,
not
it
cool.
is.
Nobody
It's
cares.
very
Nobody
rare.
cares.
As
So,
a child, I always played with Pokemon cards
as
and I
a
opened them.
keyword child, you're not a child anymore.
Well, dude,
So?
there's
Can you
so
not go back
many
to
of
it?
them.
Can you
Who
not go back
cares?
to it?
I
You
didn't
can
say he
still open
couldn't.
them.
I'm just saying it doesn't make as big of an impact as it does now. Because
I
I'm gonna
love
open
it.
up. Because I'm gonna
Rare.
open up Pokemon Showdown, and I'm gonna hack that little $200 card. I'm gonna hack it into my game. Nobody cares.
But did you not? You never even get it in real life? Sorry.
And I don't care. I'm gonna open up
Well-
a PNG and open it up on my phone. It's not like he's going around playing the game. Like, who cares
Yeah,
that he
it's-
has the
it's
card?
going to play
So
the game.
cool. Collecting
Like
items.
I have Dragon Ball Super cards because people wanted me to get into this game. I don't care about these cards. Nobody cares that I have these cards.
What if
because
you had the
I'm not-
Mona Lisa in real life?
If
Yeah,
I had the
Tim's
Mona
actually
Lisa
gonna
in
play
real
it,
life,
though.
I wouldn't care. I would sell it and be done with it.
Yeah, Tim's actually gonna play the game now.
See? Hey, maybe he just wants us to get it and sell it.
Okay,
That's a good point.
what
Hmm?
to do? We don't
What-
need to
what's
talk
the-
about it.
He's
Hey.
actually gonna play it though. That's what he's gonna do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's gonna play
Hey,
it.
some people like that. I like it. I like Pokemon.
Okay,
Even though
okay,
it's
okay,
very rough
okay.
sometimes.
What to do? Y'all care? I don't.
Okay,
We're done.
All right, next
don't-
year.
I don't- I don't like-
Wow.
I don't like Pokemon. There's nothing about Pokemon I like. There's nothing I'm gonna say
Yikes.
about it except I don't
You
care.
even
It's-
hate
alright.
Pokemon in Ultimate. It's
On
okay.
to-
I do.
on to the
There's
last
nothing like
time.
this. What is there to like about Pokemon? Explain to me. I'm listening. No. I'm listening because everybody who tells me they like Pokemon is like I played it as a kid. Is that it?
You're just a hater.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Because I didn't play this game as a kid, so I don't see the fun in it. The gameplay is boring and repetitive. The story isn't good, and it's not fun to me. I don't like it. I don't get what I'm supposed to like.
I don't like
Can
I guess
somebody-
it's
will somebody
strategic
explain?
And it's strategic and very creative with.
But there are other games that are
Design.
strategic and very creative that also have interesting storylines.
Not to this extent, I don't think.
Well, the Pokemon doesn't do it for me. I don't know what to tell you. The gameplay is so boring to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just type counter pick over. And from the little I played, it's just I'm setting up a team to counter pick their other team, and we're cycling over and over and over and
Yeah.
over and over. It's boring.
I
The
think
story
Pokemon
is
a
really
less
boring.
strategic. Like
The
there's
story's really bad too.
it's a flowchart strategic thing.
And I guess I don't like that. It's really boring, and the story doesn't help. I'm a little kid who moved to this place or who lives in this place who got his first Pokemon, and I'm going and beating all these people who've been having Pokemon for 40 years. What?
It's time to beat my
That's
rival.
That is so random. This 40-year-old dude who's been spending all of his life studying Pokemon, you're a 12-year-old kid, you meet up with him at the end of the game and you beat him? And he's had 40 years of experience never losing a battle in his life. A 12-year-old shows up in 2020 and beats him. Huh?
Hey,
Huh?
Prodigy. That can happen. Prodigies.
Huh? Yeah,
Hey,
but it feels like, and from what I've paid attention to, that's every Pokemon game. How's that interesting? You go to these gyms, you
Yeah.
get these badges, and then that's it.
It's
Hooray.
very recyclable. I guess.
I don't know, man. I've never cared about Pokemon,
Oh.
and Pokemon and Smash aren't even that annoying. It's just Pikachu. Pikachu's the only one that's annoying because he's one of the best in the game. He's
Yeah.
busted.
Yeah, he is
Pikachu's
busted.
busted. He's the only one that's annoying.
And
but the
Smash is
ser-
trash.
The series, I regret spending $60 on Sword. If I could sell it, I would, but I can't because I got it digitally because all the physical copies were out from everybody's.
Yo,
like,
can I come
everybody
over and play
pre-ordered.
it?
Nah, I deleted
Oh.
it.
Dang it. Frick.
Alrighty.
Sad face.
So on to our next and final topic. We're going to be talking about Fortnite update, boys.
Gone.
Fortnite Chapter 2, Season 2, boys. Let's go.
What did they even
fun,
update?
dude.
What update are you talking?
Fortnite is so
The
trash.
Season 2.
Apex is
whole-
better.
Oh,
every-
season
all
two,
the
Watch
new
is
areas.
better.
whatever, dude.
Smash
whatever.
Ultimate's better. All these games are so
The
much
new,
better.
all the new update really added is some new agency areas where you can drop and you can fight these AI.
And
Excuse me.
That's
AI
more
missions.
fun.
and you
Those
get
things
some-
are more fun than the actual game.
The agencies?
Yeah, it's
they're really
more
fun.
fun than the actual
The
game.
agencies just feel like they're another part that should be in the PvE, not the battle royale.
No,
That's
bro,
just
it's so
me.
much fun. Bro, the agencies are
Mm.
great. There's so much. You get such good loot. It's insane. They're really fun.
I guess this really adds to that competitive. It's just a game, though, right, Ninja? Losing to this AI boss, suspect.
True.
I mean, they have auto aim.
I know, but I don't know, dude. It's not that interesting to me. I mean, like, I've never cared about Fortnite, dude. I don't think I
Yeah.
ever will.
We,
All right.
well,
I mean, what are we gonna say about the update? They removed
Yeah.
traps.
Which is good. I'm so
they
glad.
didn't give us mobility.
There's plenty of mobility now.
Dude, a boat.
There's tons of launch pads
A
now.
boat.
Like you get a lot of launch pads. So there's good amount of mobility right now.
Okay, I have something related to Fortnite. I saw this
Alright.
video on
It's just
YouTube
a game.
where Ninja and I think who's the very
Cypher.
well-known streamer who plays with the PS4 controller.
Nick Merckx. Really funny.
They were
Merc.
arguing about what
Auto
is
aim.
easier to play on PC. Is it keyboard and mouse or controller? Ninja was saying that people on controller have an advantage because the aim assist is
True.
huge, and Nick Merckx was saying it's not even that big. And then Ninja was like, the console players and keyboard players who play
Yeah.
on PC. But their whole argument came down to they both believe that people who play with controller have more of an advantage in fights because he thinks that people who just play consoles, they have a building disadvantage because it's not as easy to build on controller as it is on
Yeah.
keyboard because you could set any key to whatever map, right?
Yes.
I've
But you
seen
have an
building-
advantage. Go ahead.
I've seen building with controller that is almost better or comparable
Yeah.
to PC building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but a lot of people are saying it's 10 times harder because you can't just set any key to whatever place you want on
Yeah.
a key
Yeah,
like you
but,
can
like-
on a controller. So what they were trying to say is that people on PS4, because building is harder, people who play controller are more focused on getting kills than they are
Well,
building. And
It
Ninja
depends.
thinks that that's I don't know if I agree, but what they were saying is that console players or people who play on controller are more about fighting. That's what Nick Merckx
Mhm.
said because
Somewhat,
it's
yeah.
easier to build on keyboard. And Ninja's because what they were arguing is that Nick Merckx was like telling Ninja, he's like, you're saying that every player in like a World Cup is a controller player. He's saying like out of every 100 players, maybe 10 of them are controller players. And Ninja
Yeah.
was saying, well, the problem is those controller players get 10 times more kills than some of the keyboard players. And Nick Merckx said that's because keyboard players are more focused on building because they have all these keybinds set to build
Yeah.
and they focus more on building than they do shooting.
100%.
PS4, it's a lot easier, especially with the aim assist, even though it's
Mhm.
not that big, to just go out and kill somebody than it is to try to compete with building.
I mean, it just depends on the controller player because some controller players are nuts. They
Well,
just
he
have
was
to.
really-
they have
he
to
was really
practice a lot
like-
longer.
I don't, and one of the thing with the arguments is that I don't know what controller he's comparing. I don't know if they're just talking
Yeah.
PS4 or if they're talking PS4 and Xbox.
Well, they're the same.
I'm
The
about to
PS4 and
look up
Xbox controllers are the exact same.
No, they're not.
Well,
What?
no, they function the exact same way in Fortnite.
Well, I mean, like,
They do the same.
Kinda, I guess. I mean, but
I
like,
think
the
they're
button
more
place- the
talking
button
about.
layout.
Just controller because all the controllers are pretty much the exact same.
I'm
It doesn't
about to
really matter
hop
which one
on
you're
with
using.
my Switch Pro controller in a minute if they don't relax.
I mean, you'd
No,
get
you
the
might be at a
hundreds of kills.
disadvantage with the Switch Pro controller.
I mean, you get like hundreds of kills if you just switch on controller on.
It
computer.
sounds like to me, if you are wanting to get more kills than building, you play controller.
Yeah.
From what they're saying, if you want more kills than building, play controller. If you want more building than kills, play keyboard and mouse.
Well, okay.
So
I
I
think
might
the
have to
thing
pick
is,
up controller.
with PC, it's much easier to learn how to build than on controller because controller is just so much different. Whereas if you're on PC, you just do a bind to the building, so that's all you gotta do.
Yeah,
Whereas
that's what I
controller, you have
think.
to learn all the different areas.
Right,
But it-
right. On controller, you have to learn what the game gives you. On PC, you set whatever you want to do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
And the thing is, controllers now have paddles on the back where you can set different
Yeah.
binds to stuff. So you could just use that for building, realistically, and then you have all your buttons open. But yeah,
Yeah, but that's still a bit uncomfortable. Like just me holding my PS4 controller right now.
yeah,
Like really, I don't know, man. It's
yeah.
just weird.
It's just something. Oh well. But yeah,
Anything
yeah.
else?
I think that's about it, guys.
Yeah.
Decent
Just been-
episode.
Just been working, man. Annoying. I worked 12.5 hours yesterday. It was great.
Coward.
Coward, what?
I work 12 hours daily. You're a coward.
Ah, okay.
No, I'm
all
just
right.
kidding. No, I don't. 'Cause I gotta go to class. Speaking of class, I'm about to do all this homework, about to take an exam. Then I gotta go meet up with the group for a project because all the assignments just got opened up today.
Yep.
Got him.
Well, guys, that was the Steeplechase podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Steeplechase Pod. We are also on Spotify at Steeplechase Podcast. We are actually on iTunes and pretty much anywhere else you can find podcasts at Steeplechase Podcast. Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. You guys got any
we're
final
outta here.
notes?
No, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat
There you go. All right, we'll see you guys later.
later.
Bye bye.
Bye.